Alright, we're back with some Kingdom of Heaven updates. And it is still game turn one. And every game turn in this three turn scenario is important. We're getting down to it where the Muslim player only had 3 cards. I played this off camera, but the ideal thing for the Muslim player to do would be to keep his cards. Now he has no cards, and according to the situation down here, he don't want to do nothing. He ain't got no units to move, but here and here, they're sitting here at these like little gate to Jerusalem, waiting for the Crusaders. I don't think there's any more units here. I'm pretty well out of units until you get down here to Jerusalem, and these guys in Jerusalem can't move because they are neutral. I put all those neutral. Sorry about that. On all the Fatimid units, you can tell the ones down there are neutral. The Fatimids can't move until somebody crosses the border. But yeah. So anyway, possible actions you could take with your cards is activate a leader. We don't want to do that. Cause an event on the card. We don't have no events for the Muslim player. Resolve a siege. We can't do that. There ain't no sieges. Use diplomacy. No diplomacy in the first scenario. Make a vassal move. Now you can play any card you want. Its ops value is the number of units, I believe, that you can move without a leader. But again, we don't feel like doing that. All right, and then here comes the last ones. And I think if it is, I'd love to pass and keep my cards as a Muslim player, just to have some all those cards op values are keep your options open for activating leaders. But unfortunately, you can't discard if you have more cards than your opponent. Muslim player had 4 cards, and the Christian player only had 3. So that negates the pass possible action that the Muslim player could take. So the only action he could take without doing anything was just discard a card. So he discarded this card, which was a Christian event and a little 2-op, value card. I don't believe I have. I maybe just have 1 unit in those 2 stacks that I could activate with that card. But like I said, everybody's gonna pretty well stand still and see what the Christian player does. So then we were over here at the Christian player's turn, and as you can see, I got a card here already marked out. Activate any friendly leader. He and any army he commands gets 2 extra movement points. So here lies a dilemma. Bringing these guys in are taking up activation cards that really could be used if you brought the whole stack on in. I mean, it's got to weigh the options of bringing that whole stack in and suffering. I mean, it might be 20 units, but you'd be suffering some casualties there. I mean, either way, it's up to you. And I took it to where I was going to bring them in groups in this scenario, but I'm seeing advantages to have brought them all in at once. And old Talus, he's got that 7 capacity. You can break these units up to where they can't all come in at once. So whoever I bring in gets 2 extra movement points. Do I send old Bullion on the way to Jerusalem? And like he says, he's got to go on through these strongholds. Whenever you're going through the strongholds, it adds to your attrition. So we're going to look at this and make up our minds. Be right back. Alright, so here's my train of thought. Muslims got all their proverbial eggs in one basket, besides the troops that are neutral in Jerusalem. Any Muslim forces are either at Antioch or Aleppo, and that's it. I beat them, and it's a clear shot all the way down to Jerusalem. Now here's another thing I'm thinking. All these forces, Crusaders, and I ain't even brought in the Byzantines yet. They could take care of these guys. So what I'm hoping to do, and that's another thing, time is of the essence. I might have did it wrong bringing all these guys in piecemeal, but I'm going to start bringing them all in at once now. bring them into Toulouse. We need to get these guys all gathered. They'll be unstoppable. One big battle here against these guys, and that's an easy way on into Jerusalem. The only thing working against me. So we'll be back. Another cog in the works. We got to play that card next turn. No, we don't have to play it till the end of the turn, but once somebody takes it, that card will be definitely coming into play with all of its options after the die roll. And as easy it will be to get down to Jerusalem if somehow the Fatherbids invade. It could be a little could put a little damper on things from old Cairo. Luckily, he's more than a turn away, so more thoughts. We'll be back. Oh, I hope this thing ain't recording the wrong way. Every once in a while, it does turn the wrong way, so we'll see what's up. And another thing I was thinking of last night when I was looking at all this, I still got these really good battle cards that I need to use. So what I really need to do is, I don't want to waste those battle cards on movement, or maybe I should. You know, that's one thing about this game, the myriad of choices. Let me see here. Yeah, I got some really good battle cards that'll help me out. Unfortunately, these guys are all going to suck in behind the walls. Maybe I lure them in with a smaller force. Get close to it, and then I'll roll a dice for their decision on whether to intercept or not. Being that these guys are so small, I can lure them into a battle, trounce them with all those cards, and I'll lose forces. But that's another thing in this game. The Christian player don't get no replacements unless they're specified by card play, whereas the Muslim player gets a few replacements, not many, but enough to where it's more than the Christian player. Cough break, hold on a second. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking here. I forgot all about those battle cards. You know, it's kind of getting down to it. We only got 3 cards left. If I do go for one of these, if I'm the aggressor and I go for one of these stacks, they're just going to stay behind the walls and do the siege thing, which could take up precious card time. It might even end the turn. When both players are out of cards, that turn ends. You demobilize, and you wait for spring to muster back up again in the next turn. Muslim player's got 3 cards also, so he's got plenty of opportunities to move on. There's a Christian player, you don't know what he's got in his hands, so it's kind of the disadvantages of playing solo. But that's the deal. Got some good battle cards. Let's see, old Toulouse. He can only go 4. Well, I got to get that card where I can play 2 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take Toulouse down here. Hopefully I get intercepted. If I do, I'll just head on out. If I don't get intercepted, I might have to play a card to lay siege, because both of these cities got some good victory point totals. As a matter of fact, he captured both of those. That's 8. He's already got 9, 10. Yeah, I only need about 3 more for a major victory, and that's what it's really hard to achieve. You can achieve that in this game. You're doing pretty good, and yeah, like I said, it's all card play, which makes for different events for different games. You know, no game's the same, which is hats off to the designers. So let's have fun with it. We'll be back. All right. So what the Christian player is going to do is use this ops card for a 3 value, but I am going to activate Bohemian, and he has a command rating of 3, which means I'll have to leave 1 or 2 units behind, which isn't good. But I can bring them on by using what's called a vassal move. That's the only reason I'm doing this, is because you can't go back to Constantinople and get them, but they can move on their own. And you can see these other commanders or leaders already got their capacity going on. I don't want to lose, and I don't want to leave no leaders back there, but I got me a little bit of a plan, and I want to get as many units as I can over here, because I want that big battle. Eliminate as many of those Muslims I can, and push on down south. And one way I could do that is by using old Bohemian's leadership rating and whatever units he can bring with him. Now I'll bring that unit with him, and that'll count as 1 towards his capacity. I'll pick up Toulouse on my way. That'll be number 2, getting all his units, his subordinates. And then I'll pick up old Bullion. We will be able to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at Adana, and then 6 over here at whatever this port is, Alexandretta. So let me see if I did that right, because I was wanting to get him over there, and I thought I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it says you can move 2 extras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. I can't get that Antioch, but that's what we'll be doing. We're back. Alright, so we will be playing this card for its event. Activate a friendly leader. Will be Bohemian, because he's got the greater battle rating. And placing this card in this card pile. Alright. And I brought old Bohemian on there. But one of the things he's got to do as soon as he lands is check for attrition. So we'll see what's up. He's got just 1 unit with him and whatever modifiers. But we'll see here on the attrition table. We'll go underneath the 1. Because that'll go up. Oh, okay. Space with a friendly stronghold. No harsh terrain. No mountain pass. Nope. Enemy stronghold. Nope. But crossing Asia Minor. So that gives him 6 units. He will be taking the attrition hit of 6 units instead of just 1. And looking for anything but a 5 or a 6 for the Christian player. 3. Okay, so he makes it unscathed. That is good news. Now he will continue to move. Gotta fight a viewfinder in this thing. Gotta aim. You can't look at where you're at. You gotta look at the screen. So that'll be his number 1 move. Number 2. We'll be picking up Talon, who has all kinds of capacities himself. For number 2, 2, one-handed, 2. Come on, grab that sucker. I can get them. Just gotta do some jiggling with the camera there. Bear with me. All right. Well, that's 2. He's got to pay that extra movement point, which is 3, 4 here, 5 there. Oh, he can't even get over there to Andretta. He's got to stop here at... Well, I'll tell you what. Let's pick him up here. We got all kinds of units. We will stop and make a call for surrender against the stronghold, Muslim stronghold at Tarsus. We will do that. When I'm done with that, I'll have to roll for attrition. All kinds of things to do. So let me move there. I think the attrition is after all combat and all moves and everything. So the attrition will be the last thing we do. Right now I'm going to stop here on my, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can move 1 more after this call for attrition to Adana. So we're at Tarsus, and we'll be right back. So we have got this Christian army here. And I was going through the rules, find out who I could pick up and who I can't. Now I could work it out if I mixed and matched units, but it doesn't really say in the rules specifically when you pick up units that they can do that. So we'll see. And so far, here's what I'm looking at. Old Bohemian who came out. Old Bohemian who came around from Constantinople has a command of 3, and I moved him with 1, which means he can have 2 generals. All the units are fine. I'm not leaving any units back. He can have up to 7. He don't even have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could take another unit, but I don't know if he can carry a general. I guess he could carry a general. Huh, why couldn't he carry a general? Don't say nothing on him. But I was marking it this way as 1 of Bohemian's capacity, 2 and 3, and of course they can all carry their capacity with them. But anyway, if I was going to do it this way, I was leaving old Tancred behind. So I will have to make a decision there whether the rules allow me to take Tancred or if I should leave him behind. Now, the only reason I was going to leave him behind is because he's only a 1 rated battle, so I'll have to lose 1 point, which, all points help in this game. But that's where we are. That's where we are, and we're going to be making a call for surrender here. But I want to make sure I move that stack correctly. Be back. All right, so I'm looking at this little spot here. And it kind of gives me a hint. A leader can command only 1 unit from each power, not his own, but it can command any number of subordinates from those powers, who in turn can command. So if he can command subordinates, he should be able to command guys from his own. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and put old Tancred in the big stack, and he will be carried by Toulouse. Well, maybe we'll do it this way. Get him on down there, Toulouse. So that'll be Tancred will be his first. A couple of those Jerusalem Knights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's up to his command range. That's another thing. I'm pretty sure I could use these Jerusalem Knights. I mean, I'm not sure because maybe they are in exile. They came from Europe, so they definitely didn't come from Jerusalem because it's under Seljuk control. So it didn't tell me when I had made those when I added those units on that card if it was scenario specific, and it wasn't. So they're still there. Okay, so that is it. We have made a decision on that, and we are going to have a call for surrender. Be right back. All right, so here to figure out a call of surrender, and first thing you got to do is come up with the resistance factor. Here's the numbers here. Tarsus resistance factor is 3. They get 1 for being a port, but they get another one for being on the low garrison side. That castle flipped over to its low strength side. The Muslim player at the beginning of the scenario is allowed to place 8 castles, or more than that. Let me see. Let's say about 12 or 13. But 8 of them got to be flipped over to their low garrison side as part of the initial deployment. So that happened to be one of them. So that brings it back to 3. So his resistance factor in Tarsus is 3. It's not garrisoned by anybody. It doesn't have any units in it, so that really helps out a lot. Now, when the Crusader rolls to get that number or higher, I believe that's what it is. Roll higher than his resistance factor, yeah. He gets a die roll modifier. He'll get a +1 because the leader's battle rating is above 3 or 4. His battle rating is 3. Who was that? Bohemian? His battle rating is 3, so he'll qualify for that. Now there's also the number of previously failed surrender demands, and that's why you don't want to do this and fail, because you'll get a mark against you for next time. If the active leader is a battle ring, I already told you about that one. Now this one is -2 if the active leader has fewer than 6 units. Now he only has 1 under his command, but he's got a lot more than 6 around him. So I'm thinking, if you're surrounding a castle, the whole army's surrounding it. So we'll give him that one, and I'm not just going to count the units underneath his command, because that's not realistic. Everybody would be around that castle, so he'll qualify for that one. All right, now this is another key one too. And this simulates the possibility of somebody within their movement range getting there and rescuing them. So it changes the psychological effect of the people inside. But the caveat is those forces that can get to Tarsus within 1 movement range, which it means within 6 movements, 6 areas, 6 movement points, and which the 2 there at Antioch and Aleppo, those 2 big stacks do. But the Crusaders' battle strength is 27, so you have to have at least half of that and none of those two stacks qualify. They don't have enough units to get there. So if they had more than half the strength of the people who were besieging the castle in Tarsus, they get a big morale boost, but they don't get a morale boost. So I'm rolling to beat a 3 with a +1, and that'll be pretty good. That's the first time, I think, if this works, it'll be a capture for a call of surrender. And I've played about 4 games, but I've never had that kind of a big force doing that. So we will come over here to the die tower, and like it says, oh, it's not going to be fun. The only die roll, we plus a +1 on that. Or no, oh yeah, +1 on that. That's a 2. Does not beat a 3. We will come over here to this little marker that says failed calls to surrender. So the old dove that the Christian forces sent over to the little castle there at Tarsus shot an arrow right through that hope. So man, that was the only roll. Bad luck for the Crusaders. Alright, we'll put this over here, this marker, underneath the 1 to signify that the Christian player, or is it the Muslim? Oh, what color is which? Yeah, that's Muslim colors. Hold on. There we go. Get this right there. I know designers of the game watching this saying, hey, so yeah, this is the Christian one, I would say. Red for the Crusaders, so they have had 1 failed call for surrender. Alright, well that bites. That means we have to go through, and that'll add to our attrition roll when we're done. So that will be, where did he move from? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought he could go to Adana. Huh. Did they stop here? Alright, I'm going to have to look at this. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, that's right. He came from Constantinople and picked everybody up, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and he had the card for 2 more extra movement points. So that'd go 5 and then 6. So the big Christian army ends up there at Adana. And I'll have to put these guys back on the board, but I just want them separated so I can count them for that attrition. But that is a bite. Now, when I roll for the attrition roll, not only is he going to have to deal with modifier 1, the harsh terrain, modifier 2, mountain pass, but also modifier 3, suffer some attrition from the people in Tarsus who are going na 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 na. You're taking a few arrows in the back while you go through. So tough luck. We'll see what the attrition does. Be right back. All right then, attrition for the Crusaders, and we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the old attrition table. Get my marker here. So we want everything to be specific. And we'll have it on the it's 11's between them. Alright. As the modifiers begin, we will strength our space with a friendly stronghold. No. Harsh terrain. Yes. So that harsh terrain will give me 1. So that goes 11 to 12. I'm still in the same column. Oh, sorry about that. I know that is the worst. Alright, 12. Harsh terrain. Unless it's no friendly stronghold to negate that. A mountain pass is 2 per pass. So 12, 13, 14. We're in the middle of this column. Mountain pass. Enemy stronghold in place. Plus 2 per space. So 14. 14, 15, 16. This is gonna hurt. See a big needle coming at you at the doctor's office. It's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt, and I believe that is it. Now that I was being shadowed, that'd be even more. Oh, what's this? I've never figured this out yet. Being shadowed would be plus the number of shadowing units. Oh, that's a good thing to do for the air players. Shadow those suckers. All right. Well, nobody to shadow right now, so I'm rolling 1 die on the. Well, what the hell is that on? The 15 table, I guess. Be right back. All right, then it's on the 16. On the 16 it is, I guess. Yep. All right, sorry about those glares. So we were rolling. And the key thing here is for the sorry about that. We're having screen issues left and right. For the Christian players, have it be low. 3. Okay, so that will equal under 16 column. 1, 2, 3 minus 2. That's not too bad. So let's go over here. Where do we inflict our hits at? You never want to eliminate anyone. Old Bullion. He'll have to take it. He'll take it. 2 hits. And that will be it. It's not that bad, but you know, man, these hits start coming on. These guys are going to start getting eliminated, withering away your forces. Luckily, I got more in Constantinople. But that will be the movement, I guess, for that army. They will stop there in Adana. And it will be the